my ex-husband. I did. That's how wacky I am. And we went to Typhoon Lagoon, where we belong, which is my favorite, and Disney Quest.
Oh, great. And Jeremy, I know you're a big fan of golf. And
yes, unfortunately I haven't had a chance to play. I wish I could, but I've been to Animal Kingdom with my wife and left her there. And, no, Animal Kingdom was the one piece I wanted to see, so that was terrific.
Well, I'm glad you're having a good time. Now, Carrie, what is it about Star Wars, besides great filmmaking, that has amassed such a following as this? It's been 26 years.
I think you'll have to ask them. I'm very confused myself. It's early in the morning. What are you guys doing here? I've been sold out for hours. Yes, you can get a picture. Look.
Oh, there goes the cameras. I tell you what, I know there's some fans out there. They do have some questions, so let's go ahead and get in the first question. Start with your name.
Ryan.
Ryan, what's your question?
I was wondering, when you're Boba Fett, what weapons do you use as a bounty hunter?
I was wondering that too.
Yes, so was I. Well, of course, there's the Blast Tech rifle, which is my favourite, which can fire from 300 yards, and then there's the Stifle X-17, which you remember.
That's a great one.
When you were the bounty hunter, you carried one of those.
I was briefly a bounty hunter.
And then the Knight Superior. Those are the three weapons that I remember.
And what's the deal with the Wookiee scalps, the braided Wookiee scalps on the costume?
Well, the Wookiee scalps, it's rather like his prize, his scalp. And of course, when I went for the job,
You killed a Wookiee?
No, I borrowed them.
This is getting pretty ugly.
Yes, I know. Well, I didn't really kill it, I just took the braids.
Okay.
But really, I thought the Wookiee scalp was my hair. When I first went for the interview, I put it under the helmet to impress George. And he said, "What is that under your helmet?" I said, "Well, it's my hair, isn't it?" He said, "No, it's a Wookiee scalp." Well, of course, I didn't know where it was supposed to go, and it should hang on your shoulder. But I capture Wookies, and I grill them for lunch. Very tasty.
Well, since we're talking about costumes, what's been your favorite costume, Carrie?
The metal bikini. Especially at this hour of the morning. I wish I was in the metal bikini now. I don't really feel like myself unless I'm in that.
Wardrobe, could we have the metal
Could we
bikini?
please? That and the bad hairstyle.
Let's get another question. Go ahead.
Good morning, Carrie.
Yo!
How are you? I have a hoarse throat, sorry. Could you possibly sing a few lines from the Star Wars song you sang in the holiday special?
You know what? I forgot completely about the holiday special until someone gave me a picture of it. I thought I dreamt it.
I
So
have a copy of it if you'd like.
I actually would like it just in case this comes up again.
I'll see that you get
But
it.
it doesn't come up that often though. But I really want, I'll have to check the internet for that.
Thank you.
Well, Carrie, you've done certainly a lot of films, 23 films. Is there a favorite film that you have done aside from Star Wars? My favorite would be like Soap Dish or Harry Met Sally.
I liked Harry Met Sally, I liked Hannah and her sisters. I liked Austin Powers, but you know, only because I liked Austin Powers. Blues Brothers, did I like that? You guys tell me what I liked, I have no idea. It's LA time for me, I don't know what's happening. Blues Brothers, yeah, I got to shoot a lot. No. I always end up with guns in these movies. Yeah, that was alright, and Belushi was a really good kisser. A little bit of trivia.
Well, you've done a lot of comedy. Do you prefer comedy over dramatic roles?
Even if I do dramatic roles, they end up being funny. So, I don't have a choice.
Okay, next question out there. Go ahead.
How often do you do these tours, these promotional tours?
Never and now.
All right, we have another question? Okay, well, that's taken a moment. Tell us, there's a lot of people here that collect Star Wars memorabilia. What is the weirdest thing that you've seen Carrie Fisher as Princess Leia?
That would have to be the shampoo where you twist my head off and pour liquid out of my neck. also the soap that says lather up with Leia and you'll feel like a princess yourself. That was disconcerting. And I have another ex-husband who liked the little tiny dolls because he could put pins in it. It's handy.
Jeremy?
Well, I suppose the weirdest things are the tattoos I see of Boba Fett on arms. Not really weird, but also the Mandalorian skull insignia. And then people want you to sign that, and then they go and get that tattooed.
No!
Yes. And I said, well, don't forget in 10 years' time you think, well, no, this was a mistake, and you can't get rid of it. But those, I see an awful lot of tattoos of Boba Fett.
Okay. Go ahead with that question then.
Is it true that in the movie that Leia actually married Han Solo?
That's a very private question. Did I marry Han Solo? I think, you know, in my opinion, yeah. Who wouldn't marry that guy? He's cute. Yeah, I think of him as my space date, though. You know? It was a very active space date.
Go ahead.
Well, Carrie, just out of curiosity, would you ever consider doing a movie with your mother if you haven't already?
No! Oh. I actually wrote one for her. Yes, I'm writing a cable show where she would play my mother in the mental hospital. And, well, I'm in the mental hospital. But I wrote a thing called These Old Broads for her and Shirley MacLaine and Elizabeth Taylor, and so there. But I'm not in that.
Okay, go ahead.
Have you read any of the books with Princess Leia as the main character?
No. No, sadly. What happens to me? Anything? Do I get better hair in the books?
No, you have twin kids.
I do? Boys or girls?
A boy and a girl.
Do I like them?
Well, you don't
Do
get
they
to see them
behave?
much. They don't behave.
They don't behave? Seriously? That sounds like they'd be my kids. That's why I don't read this stuff.
Now, Jeremy, for you, for Boba Fett, do you think we'll see the beginnings of where Boba Fett started?
Yeah, I think you'll see an awful lot more of Boba Fett in episode 2. But as I said yesterday, I don't think it could be me unless I can find a wonderful plastic surgeon to make me look 20. Is there one here? Oh, several. So I'm looking forward to see what they do with him, what all the weaponry means, where he comes from, no one knows. So.
Well, what makes Boba Fett different from the other bounty hunters?
Talent.
Right. All right, next question.
Carrie, I think you're terrific. Whenever I see you in a movie, you're funny, witty. I wanted to know if you have any other movies coming up.
No, I just was in Scream 3, where I played a woman that looked so much like Carrie Fisher that my career was ruined. But I do sort of a cameo like once a year, so I haven't gotten this year's cameo lined up. But I think it might be that cable show where I play a woman that's in a mental hospital. Not that I know anything about that. I've done a lot of field research in mental hospitals.
Favorite leading man, or is there somebody that you would like to work with and haven't had a chance with?
Oh, come on. Harrison, because I worked with him over and over again, even though he's very strict. I think that was, I can't remember who I've worked with. As I said, Belushi was a good kisser. Who else have I worked with? I have no idea. Tom Hanks is great. I had a really good time on The Burbs. I happen to have the distinction of making 2 of Tom Hanks's only bad films. But I had fun making them, so there.
Okay, another question out there.
Yes, Jeremy, you actually played 2 roles in Empire Strikes Back. The Imperial Officer, how did you come about getting that second role?
Only that there was no one else available on the day to play it. And I was dressed as Boba Fett for most of the day, and they said, quickly, get out of that outfit, get into an Imperial officer's outfit, and come on the set. And stupidly I said, why? And they said, just do it, get on it. I said, okay. And then this character has become Lieutenant Shekel, the secret lover of Princess Leia.
That's right. That's my other favorite leading man.
Okay, we have another question, go ahead.
Yeah, it's actually a question for both Jeremy and Carrie. I was just wondering if you guys saw episode 1 and what you thought of it.
I thought it was great.
I too thought it was terrific. I think there was a lot of criticism in England about the lack of romance, the lack of fantasy, and I thought it was a terrific film, and it's very difficult to start again. You're going back in time, prequels, a young Darth Vader. There were so many things in it that were terrific. The only thing lacking from the film, I thought, was Carrie Fisher.
It was us.
Yeah.
No, but you know, also the precedent that it has to follow is itself. I mean, you know, they're comparing it now to 3 other films, so that's odd, isn't it? You know, it's not being judged on its own terms, but it's being judged in terms of the other 3. So.
I think it's true there that if no one had seen Star Wars, Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi, you never saw those films, if you saw that film in its own right, people would say, my word, what a film that is. And that's absolutely true what Carrie said. You know, forget the first 3, this is now starting again, the prequels. And I think by episode 2, it'll all fall into place.
Well, what was your favorite of the first 3?
Empire Strikes Back, I think, for me. Muted applause.
The spiritual Star Wars. Yeah, I like that one too.
Okay. We have time for one more question, so let's go ahead and get that in. And then we're going to place their hands in cement.
Right here. Behind you.
How long did it take to build that?
That took me like months to build. I was here every night on my hands and knees.